Liam, a well-earned win this afternoon, but it's also 5 wins in 6. You must be really pleased.
Yeah, real tough game. I thought, like I say, not sort of the game that we were often associated with, but I thought, we showed a real resilience, togetherness, toughness, and ultimately we found a way to win. I think that was probably the reflection I have right now is that, we found a way to win.
It wasn't the best of starts from your side. Have you managed to put that down to anything?
No, again, I'll go away, I'll have a look at it. I think, sometimes you can overanalyse. I thought, they started quite well. And we're just a little bit sloppy. I thought that, the pitch play is really difficult for us in terms of how we want to play. But at the same point, I'm not going to use that completely as an excuse. I thought we were too sloppy. But what I know about the group and what you see again is they've got that real resilience. They bounce back over and over again. And we started the second half really, really well, which again shows a response. It shows that they're willing to fight and turn the game round. And ultimately, I'm delighted with so many aspects of the game, but obviously frustrated with certain elements.
Obviously, important time to score just before half time, but you started the second half really like a house on fire. What did you say to the players at half time?
Yeah, I think the guys know their level. That's why you speak to them afterwards. They know we can play better than that, and I think that's the best thing for me is that they know what they're capable of. It's not me telling them; they know, and I think that's when you look at it, I think the guys reflect really, really accurately, which is a really powerful thing for us as a group, knowing what our level is and knowing that we're capable of achieving some really high things. So. We spoke at half time. We tried to tweak the press a little bit. I thought they caused us problems with how they built, and I thought we did that better definitely at the start of the second half, and then it was a moment of real high quality to go and win the game.
2 goals from centre halves in rather unorthodox positions.
Yeah, not expected obviously, but no, I'm delighted for the 2 guys. They joke and talk a lot around scoring, but I think what it does is it shows again we've got other people that can contribute to scoring goals, which. For me, your centre back should be looking to chip in with 3, 4, 5 goals a season. So, I'm delighted for the 2 of them.
Obviously, looking ahead now, it's obviously a big run of fixtures, a thick run of fixtures in February. But with the form you're in, you must be thinking that you can pretty much beat anyone.
Yeah, I think it's about staying grounded. It's about not getting carried away with ourselves. It's about recognising that we're in a good spot, but at the same point, not taking your eye off it. I think we have to, if anything, push even harder than we are at the minute. We're going to need the squad. I think I look back at January when we played 8 games. We've got another 6 games in 4 weeks in February. So people have to be ready to step in when called upon. Is the squad so important? I can't stress that enough. That we are going to need people. Like Mo, for example, came on and added that intensity in the press higher up, which I thought really helped us. So I think that's the biggest thing. Over the next, over February definitely, and beyond that, we're going to need everybody.
Finally, obviously, head coaches and managers will often say that if you're not at your best but you're still picking up 3 points, that's always a good sign.
Yeah, of course. I think it. I'm a lot happier standing here having won, knowing that we can play better than I would have been looking great and losing. So, again, I think that's the. It's obviously stating the obvious. Delighted to get the win.
A couple of standout performances. I thought Connor Coventry in the midfield and Troy Parrott was relentless at both ends.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the back 3 showed a level of toughness as well in terms of defending the set pieces at the end, and the presence they had I thought was really important. And then Connor, I thought Connor showed what he's about today. He had a really good game in terms of breaking up play and keeping it simple in possession, and that I think that's really important. It helps the team, it keeps us ticking, it allows us to control game, control second balls, and Troy's had to be patient and wait for his opportunity, and I think what he's shown since he's come back in is a level of energy, intensity. He looks sharp at the minute, and the challenge on him to keep that. I thought he played a massive part today.
Have you had to sit down with him and talk to him about his performances? Because he had that little bit of a drop-off, didn't he, just before Christmas? But he's certainly come out in the last few weeks and has been back to the Troy Parrott we saw at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but I speak to him all the time. I think all the guys, we're constantly on at them around level of performance, and they know the. I look at it when I pick a team through the eye of what does the team need, and I think the challenge for the guys is to go right. I'm gonna force my way into it, and he's had to be patient. I think sometimes people forget he's still developing. He's so young. He obviously burst onto the scene, and the level of pressure and expectation goes through the roof. I think that he's in a good spot. I think the challenge for him now and for us as a staff is to keep him there, and he has to recognise why he's playing well, and reflect and make sure that he continues that because he looked good today.
You hinted at it earlier. I mean, the pitch behind us looks pretty horrendous, doesn't it? How much is it preventing you from doing or playing the football that you want it to?
Yeah, look, it's really difficult. I think everybody knows that. But they played some good football first half, so it shows that you can do it. And we did it at Burton away. The pitch wasn't great there, and we've shown that we can do it. So I don't want to. Look, the pitch doesn't help us. I think everyone's clear about that. But I thought at the same time there was a little bit of sloppiness from us, which the guys are quite honest with themselves. They know that as well. So yeah, I think it's then about being smart and making smart decisions in certain situations. Especially things like second balls is sometimes difficult when you've got no time on that surface to be able to get a pass off. So sometimes you're better off making a more intelligent decision. So it's not ideal, but it is what it is. It's the same for us as it is for them.
We've seen it a lot recently. There's a lot of huff and puff from teams in latter stages of games, but again, not really many clear-cut chances that Lincoln were able to do. I mean, they hit the bar, but other than that, there wasn't really an awful lot for Jamie Cumming to do.
No, I thought we've defended well. I think sometimes we probably soak up a little bit too much pressure, but I thought we looked strong, we looked compact, we defended crosses well. The set pieces at the end, we defended them really well. Jamie took some crosses really well, and like you say, apart from the one hitting the bar, I don't actually remember too many chances. So yeah, look, real pleased. I think the foundations of us has to be, I've always said, our culture, that the intensity, the focus, the discipline, and then after that it's about being difficult to beat, and we showed that today.
And finally, Dan Kemp coming on, the one of the 3 deadline day signings. How do you think he got on?
Yeah, obviously had a short period. We brought him on for his energy, his intensity, and to contribute, out of possession, and he showed elements of that. And hey, look, like I said a minute ago, all the guys are going to be needed. So the lads, what we have got now is some depth where we can make changes and keep people fresh. Because as you see, physically, that's a real tough game today.
You speak a lot about culture and obviously the team cohesion. The celebration for Warren O'Hora's goal shows just how much everything means to these guys.
I think everyone was just in a state of shock, to be honest. It was had scored. So no, look, we looked at I showed them the video of the Burton goal, and I think that epitomises what the group are about. That everybody sprints over to celebrate, everybody feels it. And yeah, again, I think everyone was delighted for Woz. He's such a terrific character, and he's done so well for us that it's real nice to see him have a moment like that.
And you've often spoken about just trying to nick goals in any way that you can, and that really was quite a unique one.
Yeah, saying Nicky, I thought the build-up before it was actually really good. When you look at Theo playing inside and then the movement to get in the box, I thought it was a moment of real quality. I thought it was a real good move. And then obviously, I think he tried a flick beforehand, and then he's managed to put it in on the second attempt. So look, I'm delighted for Woz. It's a great feeling for him, I hope.
You've had ball-playing centre-backs and making deep runs. Does that show the merits of the exercise and when they contribute like that?
Can't hear, sorry.
You've had centre-backs coming forward making the runs. Does it show the merits of that when they contribute so effectively like that?
Yeah, Harry does it well. Harry steps in well. I thought Woz did it first half as well. Once he got down the right-hand side really well, and I think it's about, like we said, producing players that can think and recognise certain situations. And if there's space in front of them, then by all means step in and make a positive decision. And yeah, they did that. And I think that's what you see with Woz there. He feels comfortable making a decision like that. He doesn't feel restricted. I think that's key for us, that we empower the players to own the decisions and and be brave to step up. And they're the rewards you get.
It was an unchanged starting lineup from last weekend. Was that a sign of the continued faith in the players that's reflected that game?
Yeah, I thought how well they did at Wycombe. I thought deserved another opportunity now. So I thought there's an element of that lineup would have got a success. And again, there were some really good moments. I think that's the key. I think there were some frustrating moments, but there's also some really good ones. And I think when I look at the group, I think what we've got now is people that can come on like Mo and have an impact. Connor Wickham did it last week and will be a big part for us. And we've got that depth now to whether it's the lads starting or the lads coming off the bench, everybody playing their part for the team.